Hey, welcome to World Entertainment. And as you may have seen, Netflix are in a bit of bother as they have a so-called documentary coming out about Cleopatra, only they are portraying Cleopatra as black. And she, in fact, was not black. She was Macedonian Greek. But the director of this project, at least 4 episodes of it, is having a bit of a meltdown online. The funny thing is, though, she's having a meltdown by writing a big article talking about how she doesn't care and isn't affected by the criticism. Yet she's clearly affected by the criticism. She also says some insane things, and she really is nuts and hasn't a clue what's going on. And her reaction to this and what she's telling Egyptians is laughable. And my good God, we will get into what did Bounding Into Comics say? They had a headline where they're saying what she was being like, that she's dismissing the criticism, condescending is what they said, and she really is. So check this out. Queen Cleopatra director speaks out. What bothers you so much about a black Cleopatra? How about the fact that she wasn't black? This is a bit long, so hold on to your butts for this one. So last summer, this is her now saying all this crap. She wrote this, by the way. Last summer, I was living in Venice Beach and had decided, due to a friend's persistence, to visit a fortune teller. Me, ever the skeptic, but game for a laugh, agreed to go along. What the fortune teller said made me roll my eyes. I am not saying you are Cleopatra, but somehow you share her story and are connected. Yeah, right. Less than a month later, I got a call from a production company making Jada Pinkett Smith's African Queens. So there's another reason Cleopatra's now black. And was subsequently hired to direct 4 episodes of a drama documentary on the life of the controversial leader. The joke was on me. I remember as a kid seeing Elizabeth Taylor play Cleopatra. I was captivated, but even then, I felt the image was not right. Was her skin really that white? So what you're basically saying there is, even as a kid I was a racist. Okay. With this new production, could I find the answers about Cleopatra's heritage and release her from the stranglehold that Hollywood had placed on her image? Because now you're going to place her in the identity politics stranglehold. Well done. Born in Iran, I am Persian, and Cleopatra's heritage has been attributed at one time or another to the Greeks and the Macedonians and the Persians. Well, no, her lineage was not at one time attributed to these people. That is her lineage, you absolute moron. The known facts, you see this? The known facts are that her Macedonian Greek family, the Ptolemaic lineage, intermarried with West Asians, how do you pronounce this? Seleucids or something like that dynasty, and had been in Egypt for 300 years. Cleopatra was 8 generations away from these Ptolemaic ancestors, making the chances of her being white somewhat unlikely. After 300 years, surely we can safely say Cleopatra was Egyptian. She was no more Greek or Macedonian than Rita Wilson or Jennifer Aniston. Both are 1 generation from Greece. Guess what? They're also white, you dumb The goalpost moving for this, by the way, is hilarious. Doing the research, I realised what a political act it would be to see Cleopatra portrayed by a black actress. So right there and then, you just contradicted yourself. We didn't do it because history actually says she was black. No, now you're going on the basis of we did it for a political act. Okay. For me, the idea that people had gotten it so incredibly wrong before, historically, from, how do you pronounce these, Fida Barra to Monica Bellucci, I'm not sure how you pronounce her second name. She's the actress from one of the Matrix movies. And recently with Angelina Jolie and Gal Gadot in the running to play her, meant we had to get it even more right. The hunt was on to find the right performer to bring Cleopatra into the 21st century. Gal Gadot's complexion is probably the closest to what Cleopatra actually looked like. Why shouldn't Cleopatra be a melanated sister? And why do some people need Cleopatra to be white? Her proximity to whiteness seems to give her value, and for some Egyptians, it seems to really matter. After much hand-wrangling and countless additions, we found in Adele James an actor who could convey not only Cleopatra's beauty, but also her strength. What the historians can confirm is that it is more likely that Cleopatra looked like Adele than Elizabeth Taylor ever did. What historians? There's actual images, painted images and carvings of this woman. Guess what she isn't? Black. This is where the arrogance truly comes in. Perhaps it's not just that I've directed a series that portrays Cleopatra as black, but that I have asked Egyptians to see themselves as Africans. And they are furious at me for that. And I'm okay with this. What an absolute lunatic. And she goes on and on. While shooting, I became the target of a huge online hate campaign. Egyptians accused me of blackwashing and stealing their history. Some threatened to ruin my career, which I want to tell them was laughable. I was ruining it very well myself. Thank you very much. Yeah, Netflix is getting sued by an Egyptian lawyer over this as well, for the betrayal of thing. She's telling Egyptians, hey, you gotta see yourselves as Africans. This dumb idiot clearly doesn't even realise that Africa is a continent, not a country. It's made up of countries. Egypt happens to be one of them. And they're not all black. Jesus Christ. To have to even say that is ridiculous. That this moron is telling them, hey, you got to see yourselves as Africans. No, they're Egyptians. On the continent of Africa. It's a continent, you idiot. Oh my good God. But she's telling them to look at it from that point of view, accept her being black, all this stuff, and then says, by the way, I don't care that I'm offending you, that I'm blackwashing and stealing your history, I'm changing your history, stop getting mad. And yet she's going on about the stranglehold of Hollywood on it. It's interesting to note as well, on Netflix it has it down in the documentary section, but then writes in the synopsis of it, fictional. So which is it? Is it a fiction or is it a documentary? Either way, they're getting sued. This director is insane. Cleopatra was not black. She was Greek Macedonian. And with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.